Hello everyone, today I'm looking at Tales of Vesperia. This is a very funny, weird, interesting game as well because I think this is one of the first Tales games that was also on Xbox 360. I forget if we were playing it on that one or the PS3. I think we were playing it on Xbox actually, but regardless. Yeah, this game is, I don't know. I had only played Tales of Symphonia before this one, and so coming to this one, it actually feels a lot better. There's definitely still kind of, the normal kind of scenarios of the gameplay, kind of, arena mode where the camera zooms out and everyone goes and fights. You also have, the dialogue and the story, the animated cutscenes. Lots of dialogue to, little gameplay basically. The one really fun thing actually that we did in this game when we played it is when we got a new party member, they would tell us their default name, but then we could also change it. And so since we were kind of having a laugh at it as we were playing, we kind of did this thing where we mixed it up. And so we would take whatever letters the character name started with and change it to something else. So, for example, Yuri became Urios, as in Honey Nut Urios. Estelle became Estrogen. Rita the Genius became Retard. The dog, what was the dog's name? I forgot what his name originally was. We just called him Spoobs, as in like Scooby-Doo, but he's like Doopy, so we call him Spoobs. And let's see, there was Gavin the Great. June, we just called Jew. I'm not sure if I'm forgetting anyone there, but yeah, if it comes up, I'll definitely remember. But it led to some very, very funny screenshots of the game. It was really great. But yeah, I would say that, I was a little bit disappointed by this game, and just in the sense that the stories in the Tales of series don't seem to be very different and very nuanced. Their strength really seems to be in character building, and they do that really, really well. But at the end of the day, I need like a good story. Yuri himself is a very interesting character, actually, because he is definitely this anti-hero, or portrayed as this anti-hero, and he is like an ex-criminal, but he ends up rescuing and helping the princess, and they go off on their adventures and whatever. But there's this one part where they're in the desert, and there's this guy conspiring against them, and Yuri basically takes his revenge on this guy and basically kills him and throws him into this sand pit. And it's kind of like a dark kind of moment where, like, this guy is like the good guy, but he's also not hesitating to basically kill and get his way. And so there's a dark side that his other party members are actually scared of him for. Oh, I forgot the other guy, the little boy. We called him Carrot Cake, based after Kakarot, Carrot Cake, you got no real super sand. It's stuff like that, really stupid. Also, halfway through the game, you can get a certain cosmetic for Yuri, and it's this hat that, even though it's like a kind of a cowboy hat, it looks like a fedora. So we all said he was tipping his fedora whenever he like puts his head down. It was really funny, actually. And our other favorite aesthetic, or cosmetic rather, for Repeat or Spoobs or whatever his name was he had a little saddle of a mini Yuri on top of his back, and it would actually like move in the cutscenes. It would like have physics and wobble around. That was really funny, actually. But yeah, the gameplay works more or less the same. It's much more fluid than Symphonia, though, and it feels a lot more fleshed out, even though it's still like cell shaded. The world feels a lot more fluid. Like when you'd have to use the ring in Symphonia, it's like the whole game would like pause as like the orb from the thing extended. Well, this one, there's still a bit of that, but a lot of it is kind of cut down, and just everything is more fluid in general, and it feels like a proper sequel. Again, my problem with these games is that they're not numbered. There's no clear, this is the best one or this is the new one. All of these games kind of feel like, honestly, Call of Duty, in the sense that each one more or less resembles the last one. It's just the characters that really change. but the story about there's two worlds and there's mana and it's going in between the worlds and we need to restore balance. Like, it's pretty much the exact same thing, and there's nothing really other interesting in the story to really engage. I know that in the PS3 version, actually, you actually can play as his rival, and so that's like one new thing they added. And along with I think the pirate girl, Maddie or something her name was, you can actually play as her as well. I thought that was really cool, but we never got to play that version. Something I do have to admit, though, in this game versus Symphonia is I think the music is actually a lot better. There's a lot of very atmospheric, fun kind of tunes. Again, you also have the cooking mechanic return, and it works slightly differently in this game where you have to like put it into kind of this container, and like over the course of gameplay and progress, it'll manifest into a different kind of thing, basically. And depending on who cooks it, it'll give them a different boost in power. However, the combat works pretty much the same as the last one. Your A attacks are your physical attacks, while your B attacks are all of your special moves. I don't know why it sticks in my mind, but I just remember that the main healing item in this game is apple gel, orange gel, pineapple gel. I remember near the end of the game we were using a ton of pineapple gels because that had recurred 60% health and magic, and we were using magic like crazy. And trying to get to the end of the game was just a lot. I've been like having trouble remembering how this game ended. Again, you still learn moves as you do combat and stuff like that, but again, the ending of this game, the middle, the beginning, it's all really a haze to me. These games, they feel kind of churned out, and I'm never able to remember a distinct moment in it. I remember all the characters perfectly and how they'd react to situations, and it's great for role playing, I guess, in that context. But I literally don't remember the actual story that takes place, and that's kind of frustrating for me because I need a good story and good music and all that good stuff. Anyway, I'm not sure what else to say about this game. It was definitely more fun to play, in terms of the gameplay, but after I basically was playing it and I realized we're basically playing the same scenarios over again, and the only thing that's changed the gameplay, I really kind of promised myself to never play another Tales of game again unless there was something very unique about it, because replaying, it felt like I was replaying another game, and I just didn't really enjoy that feeling. So for, I guess, future reference or context, maybe you should at least try a Tales of game once in your life to understand how it goes. Maybe if they brought back the 4-player multiplayer combat, that might be like an incentive to get into it. But otherwise, I'm just not really feeling the series right now. I've heard that Tales of the Abyss is actually very distinct and very good, so I might go back and play that. But right now, I don't really see myself ever playing another Tales of game again. But yeah, you should maybe experience it once, but there's not much else or much depth to it between the sequels. Anyway, guys, with all that being said, I will see you all later, and yeah, bye.